The sun gradually faded in the sky, forming a velvet horizon and marking the beginning of the stars' nighttime dance with the moon, much like tea does in hot water. You are welcomed in Bali with a long-awaited delight for the wounded souls. Most tourists would usually like to spend their vacations in Indonesia's Bali, which is a dream resort. It is not unexpected that Bali is a prime area for con artists to look for unsuspecting victims, given that it is one of the most traveled destinations in the world. Learn the top scams you can run into in Bali so you can be safe on your upcoming island vacation. Let's go! As for the first fraud, currency exchange and ATMs, there are signs for legitimate money changers lining the streets of Kuta, Ligian, and other well-known tourist destinations in Bali. No commission or fees, according to many. However, many have claimed that the employees at these establishments will steal some of your cash, frequently by diverting your attention after they have counted your cash. Alternatively, they might count money in front of you while slipping a $50,000 bill under the desk without your knowledge. Therefore, if you must employ a money changer, keep in mind to check and count the money you are given before leaving. ATM withdrawals are therefore favored. However, they aren't necessarily secure either. One of the most prevalent frauds in Bali nowadays is ATM skimming. Every time you make a withdrawal, check your bank account and keep an eye on it the entire trip. Southeast Asian taxi drivers don't exactly have the best reputation. The drivers in Bali are no exception. They have mastered the art of swindling tourists. Bluebird Taxi Group is the island's most reliable business. Their drivers often activate the meters on their own initiative and present identity cards plainly. They frequently wear a blue shirt with a pattern and the Bluebird insignia to look presentable. Additionally, you may download the official Bluebird app, which functions quite similarly to Uber if you prefer not to flag down a cab on the street. Bali's taxis are now predominantly painted a light blue color, and some even feature Bluebird Group badges on their windshields and taxi signs. Even though they aren't the actual deal, they may still be relied upon. Before you get in the taxi, regardless of the company you use, make sure the driver is willing to start the meter. Keep an eye on it because some people may have modified their meters to run more quickly. Instead of worrying about the meter at all, you can decide on a fair price before you leave. The Southeast Asian equivalent of Uber is Gojek and Grab, among other ride-sharing services. They are theoretically prohibited in numerous locations including Ubud and Uluwatu, which is really bothersome because they are the least expensive mode of transportation if you don't want to drive yourself. If you don't have an Indonesian bank account, you will have to pay the driver in cash in contrast to Uber. And as a result, a lot of drivers have decided to set their own charges. Sometimes the amount you are quoted in the app is double or even treble that. Some tourists decide to simply pay the extra charge after waiting for the designated driver in order to avoid any issues, which naturally keeps this con going. To make sure you and your driver are on the same page, it is best to mention the price you were quoted in the app before getting in the car or onto the scooter. And don't forget to tip them if you're pleased with your ride or delivery. Simply place an order via the app and a driver will deliver it right to your door. Super convenient. Sadly, not everyone who is dressed in a uniform can be relied upon. Many police personnel in Bali saw tourism as an opportunity to make some fast money. They frequently stop scooter riding visitors and will do so for any infraction, no matter how slight. The helmet law is vigorously upheld by the police in Bali. This is advantageous because you ought to wear one at all times. However, the helmet must carry an SNI sticker, indicating that it has been approved in accordance with Indonesian requirements. Additionally, they frequently request an international driver's license, which can be purchased in your own country for between $20 and $30. However, they'll probably inform you the driver's license is invalid if it doesn't have a Bahasa Indonesia translation. You have two options: either follow them to a police station where you will probably have to pay extra money, or pay a minor fee up front. You can probably guess where the money goes. Amazingly, one of my favorite activities in Indonesia is riding a scooter or motorcycle. The best sensation of freedom is zipping about on back roads, but hiring a scooter isn't always as simple as it might appear. Scams involving scooter rentals are a problem all around Southeast Asia, and they commonly happen in Bali and the nearby islands as well. Locals around will inquire if you require a motorcycle, so if you're not careful, these unofficial street rentals could end up costing you a lot of money. Some con artists may accuse you of causing scratches or other damage that already exists and demand payment for the repairs. In some cases, the owner may have used a spare key to take the motorcycle back, leaving you to pay for a replacement. Renting a scooter from your lodging, if it's possible, or from an authorized rental location is the safest choice. That way you'll always know where to go and who to contact if something happens, making it simpler. Bali's most well-known locations are frequently swamped with people looking to make quick cash, like so many tourist destinations and landmarks around the world. One of the most prevalent tourist traps in Bali and all of Southeast Asia is the closed attraction. Scammers occasionally stand by the side of the road near temples and other tourist destinations and demand payment for admission, despite having no real connection to the location. Before you give anyone money, always check to see if there is an official ticket window. Nearly every tourist destination in Bali has a ticket counter where you may pay the entrance fee and receive a stamp or ticket. The temple may also be open when you need it to be, but someone may run over to tell you otherwise and then offer to take you somewhere else. They may be driving you for financial gain, or they may be getting paid by the location they deliver you to. Just keep walking and make sure you appear confident to avoid many of these scams. Simply give those that approach you a smile and a thank you. And before you go somewhere else, always go and see if a place is actually closed. The fraud in Bali where brand spirits are substituted for arak in cocktails to boost business margins may be the deadliest. Numerous restaurants in Indonesia are looking for ways to reduce costs due to the high alcohol taxes there, particularly those that use welcome drinks or the $15 cocktail to draw in customers off the street. Arak is a clear home-distilled liquor, is frequently called Indonesian moonshine due to the low cost of production, which frequently takes place in backyards. Certain batches of arak have methanol contamination. Methanol poisoning claims the lives of numerous people in Bali every year, including both natives and visitors. And just a teaspoon of methanol can result in organ failure or blindness. So take care. Then, while you are relaxing on the beach when a friendly person comes along and makes a light pitch for something, you receive a tiny See If You Won card from them and, surprise, you did! Then they entice you in with a gift hidden in a booth, building or hotel close by. Your name and contact information are kept on file. Even while the timeshare may not be a bad deal in and of itself, you should expect a lot of pressure if you decide against buying. Timeshare salespeople have a bad reputation for convincing reluctant customers to make lifelong commitments to things they will never use. Simply tell timeshare salespeople no. Hope you all enjoyed this roller coaster ride. By the way, how did you experience about knowing this city? What country or city would you like to see in the next video? Comment to tell us while subscribing to our channel, and roll the key to hit the bell icon to get notified from us for upcoming videos. See you all next time. Adios.